Disclaimer, this is a topic that goes way deeper in the depth I'm diving into in this video. This video is not a breakdown of St. Louis gang politics. In this video, my plans take an overall look at Mo P's life and legacy, commenting on what I feel could let him into getting involved in street politics, and explaining how I feel Mo P is one of the only St. Louis artists to try to experiment musically, and who I believe has the most passion out of any other artist in his scene, CrashDummy or not. Thanks, I hope you enjoy. Jeremiah, better known by his stage name, Mo P, is one of the most divisive artists to come out of St. Louis's drill scene since 30 Deep Grimy, as seemingly many motherfuckers out of St. Louis dislike how brazen and in their faces he is with his disses and online antics. I'm of the personal belief that Mo P is the most passionate artist out of the scene, as well as being one of the more experimental artists who don't really follow trends and kinda makes his own lane. Today, I want to get into the tragic yet hopeful tale of Mo P, St. Louis's passionate crash dummy. Originally born on the south side of St. Louis, Mo P would spend a lot of his life or early life bouncing around the many spaces of St. Louis' city, eventually settling on the west side on a block known as 5500 Dipset. Mo P's life growing up would not be the easiest of lives, if I'm being honest, given that St. Louis is the city with damn near the highest murder rate in the country, as well as being the leader in shootings, I'm pretty sure. It's no wonder Mo P grew into the crash out he'd eventually become. We have no real knowledge on Mo P's biological parents, but in a Tommy G video, Mo P goes on to say that he was raised by his granny until around the age of 12, when she would tragically pass away, leaving Mo P and his siblings to fend for themselves. Going off of a future viral video Mo P's older brother would make, roasting him, it's safe to say that Mo P looked up to his older brother, who seemingly is very well respected and active in the streets, most likely leading Mo P down that same path as time went by, inadvertently or purposely. I don't really blame them though, given the fact they lost their caretaker that young and was just kinda set loose onto the streets of St. Louis, of all places. When Mo P was growing up, he would always have an outside interest in music, though he himself would never get behind a mic until March 2019, where he and a friend would go on to drop a remix to King Von's Crazy Story. Back when this video dropped, Mo P was going by J-Mo, and I'm not gonna lie, they made a way better song than I anticipated. Given the range of quality from Mo P, from mid to decent to great, I was expecting this first song to be mid, but I'm not gonna lie, that shit impressed the fuck out of me. From this first spark of little success, Mo P would appear in one more song as J-Mo before diving fully into crime, so it seems. That song would be the July 26, 2020 track, Teen Titans, in which he was a feature on. At some point after all this, it's said that Mo P and his friends would begin to partake in the Kia Boy trend popularized in Milwaukee, where they'd steal Kia cars to do crimes in, or just go through high speeds throughout the entire city. It was through this and his family connection that Mo P and the Scully crew would end up linking up, and this would lead to Mo P's big breakout moment. In November of 2022, a St. Louis hip-hop YouTube channel by the name of Nico Nell Media would lock in a video with Scully gang members for his popular Drop That Shit acapella series. Mo P would go on to steal the show, motherfuckers rattling off bar after bar with no breaks, and you can tell from the jump that dude has put a lot of time in making these raps and practicing his delivery. It's got a little run-off sentence vibe to it, but that's by no means an insult. It gives the music a very unique feeling and flow, in my opinion. From what I could see, this was the first track to use the name Mo P, and it would do a nice 62,000 views, serving to put Mo P's name on the map for St. Louis music scene. In fact, Mo P did so well with that first drop that Nico would have him back within the same week. On November 29th, 2022, Mo P would do yet another acapella, cementing that he can recreate the rap that motherfuckers like. Though this video only reached 22,000 views, it's still not bad. It's not as good as the original though. From this point on, Nico Nell and Mo P would go on to have a really good relationship, seemingly, as Nico would begin to host Mo P quite often, in both music videos and vlogs, with songs like the December 8th, 2022 track, Suicide Part 2, getting a nice 2.4 million views, or even his February 2nd, 2023 track, on live, racking up a giant 2.3 million views. For St. Louis, these views are crazy. Like, the only other motherfucker who pulls views like this is maybe 30 Deep Grimy and Sexy Red. And it's been a long time since Grimy has pulled those numbers. Free my guy. It would be around this same time that Mo P would score an interview/video appearance in a Tommy G St. Louis video, which served to blow up his name even more, and also gave a pretty normie insight to the life of St. Louis youth, given that most of the TAP members shown were really young. To be fair though, Mo P himself was only 17, but there were dead-ass kids on the block with guns who were like 11 and 12 years old. It wouldn't be until a bit after this video dropped that the public perception around Mo P would begin to shift into a more negative light, all stemming from a video of his older brother roasting him, saying he caps in his raps, mixed with him getting in both gang beefs and rap beefs all around the city of St. Louis. On the rap cap allegations, bro ain't capping about most of the shit he says. The only thing pointing towards him capping was his older brother roasting him on video, saying he didn't do high speeds because bro was a passenger. Mo P's brother in the video says that Mo P goes on missions. You think he's gonna talk about the successful ones on camera? No, bruh. It's this and the fact that his brother still stamps his shit now that I believe Mo P ain't just making up everything for an image. Given he's beefing with damn near the entirety of St. Louis, I feel most motherfuckers just say he's capped just to say it off him not liking them. This ain't like a D-Glock situation where it's like motherfuckers get jumped and caught out at Benihanas, or like this isn't a put-off situation like fucking LA bullshit like Crip Mac or fucking X4, whatever the fuck that is. It's just a bunch of he says, she said BS all over St. Louis because motherfuckers popular. That's what it seems like to me. The situation that would serve to send Mo P into a dissing frenzy would be the October 10th, 2023 shooting of one of his closest friends and fellow music collaborator, Curry. Given that Mo P had beef all throughout the city, the amount of people poking fun at him and his crew after the killing of Curry was astronomical. It was this, plus the grief that led Mo P to drop the hardest crash out diss I've heard out of St. Louis. The song, EBK. This song would be dropped a little over 6 months after Curry's passing, and served as Mo P's re-entry into the St. Louis drill scene, and he came in with a bang, going at damn near every single crew who ever mentioned his or his friend's name, basically saying fuck the entire city of St. Louis. I really fuck with the song as it's one of the best crash out tracks to drop in all of 2024, in my humble opinion, and I go back to it decently often. That's not mentioning bro samples Fairly Odd Parents. That's my childhood, bro. I gotta fuck with it. At the end of the year of 2024, bleeding into early 2025, Mo P would end up doing hella songs with his people in order to grow out their music collective, the Tappers. It was around this time in the new year when Mo P was signed to Alamo Records, though this signing would bring on new drama quite quick. Nearly as soon as Mo P signed, he took a plane to LA and started shooting out there, as well as in Florida and other places that weren't St. Louis. That's where we get videos like the December 13th, 2024 track, 1 AM in Tampa, where Mo P would begin to try and experiment with more melodic sounds to great effect. I really fuck with this track personally. All this moving around and doing music did put a strain on a lot of Mo P's industry relationships, the most vocal of which being the Nico Nell Media, who has taken to both social media and podcasts to explain how left behind he feels, as well as saying that Mo P finessed his friends out of royalty money and wouldn't take them with him, which from what I researched is both true and false. It's true that when Mo P was homeless, he didn't pay C Money some shit he was owed, and that's some flawed shit, but all the other shit is just some he said, she said BS coming from a really tilted Nico Nell, so I ain't sure how to really take it. Most of the friends ain't really agreeing with Nico publicly, and I don't really care for the I made you so now you gotta do what I say type shit that Nico Nell is on. But I do understand why Nico is mad if he's telling the truth. He's trying to get a crash out to not rob motherfuckers and do the right thing, which don't really work out most of the time, but good luck to him, I guess. With all that being said, Nico did admit to withholding royalties to Mo P off Mo P not paying C Money. So there might be a long while where Mo P is just uploading music videos by himself, like his November 9th, 2024 track, No Chances. Seeing that he's still getting upwards of 500,000 views on videos uploading to his own channel, I don't think he has to worry about nothing views-wise for a while. Most motherfuckers tapped into Mo-P off his crazy personality and his unique music / flows. So I think Nico Nell might be a little less important for his continued success than he makes it out to be, or other channels make him out to be. Nico Nell is prime St. Louis music guy, so it probably helped to get back cool with dude, because he's just cool with everybody, and he put on hella people, I can't count. Since the release of his 2024 album, Tapperville Volume 2, there's been radio silence from Mo-P, with no drops or updates, but here's hoping he comes back soon and keeps up his music trajectory. He's genuinely one of my favorite artists of all time, and I know that's probably wild to say or wild to hear, but his music is definitely an acquired taste that I have acquired. I can't help but fuck with it, he's just so passionate it hits. Here's hoping he can fix the shit with his day ones and just thrive through the music. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment what y'all trying to see next, and subscribe with the bell to see all my future uploads. If I missed anything, do be sure to put it in the comments, and I'll put it in the description of this video, or I'll put it in my next video. My plan for the next video is still up in the air. I'm waiting towards Vonoff 1700, 30 Deep Grimy, Quando Rondo, Real Bleeder, D-Thang, Fully Chop, or a Dallas artist of y'all's choosing. Let me know who y'all trying to see, and I'll make it happen. With all that out the way, peace out, chill out.
Fight for the future.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
They're doing their part.